Christ.
A blessed morning, blessed day to everyone, and to all our fellow worshipers in other parts of the world joining us through this live stream. We've been meditating, reading from the book of Exodus, and I would like to continue a little bit to pick up some points for our reflection in our journey. So I would like to focus this reflection on the first reading. Anyway, the Gospels, we usually meditate on them, especially on Sundays. So, in our world, we readily notice that there exist sinners who adore the golden calf like the people of Israel in the absence of Moses. But also exist saints, holy people like Moses, who in their encounter with God comes out with a radiant face. I do not know, some people would say that those who spend much time praying like our monks or our contemplatives, like the Pink Sisters, that they say that the countenance, the face of many of those who spend much time with the Lord, they have the radiant face. Maybe physically, but that is not the most important, I think, but it is shown in the experience of Moses. Rather, the point is that these moments, times we spend with God naturally leads us and converts us to become better persons, better followers of Christ. So the people of God in the past and in the present is formed by both sinners and saints. At times, sin seems to submerge everyone, but God never abandons His people. He always sends prophets and saints, of which every age needs. We need to be reminded again and again of our vocation to holiness. Like Mother Teresa, for example, during her time and even until now, and many other personalities, the Pope himself and other saintly figures remind us of our vocation towards holiness. And we need these people. Some men and women allow themselves to be permeated by the light and fire of God, and who accept to do the role of mediator, proclaimer, herald to people, mediator between God and humankind. These are the men and women who usually side with the part of the commandment, with the will of God, and live according to that commandment and convince others to live according to this. But even saints cannot do anything at times against pride and self-sufficiency. So we need to allow ourselves to be pervaded by the luminous face of God, it is necessary to approach always God like Moses in order to imbibe the radiance of his life, of his teaching. Maybe not in the physical sense, but to be pervaded by the light of his truth that would help us grow and live this spirit of holiness. Like the experience of Moses, who in his loving encounter with God that made him radiate, in a certain sense, the light and the glory of God. So also for those who are open, disposed, willing to encounter God and spend one's time with the Lord, in some way, in some sense, become also lights for others. So may our frequent encounter then with God in prayer, in worship, in seeking His will, in our study and search for His truth, help us radiate this light to our world, especially to those who are around us. And the question of the gospel is, which one is that great treasure and great pearl of our lives? No other than God Himself. May we come and treasure and value God, Jesus Christ, and His grace, and help us to become transformed and become better and holier persons, followers of Him. May this Eucharist, as we receive the Lord again, help us to be transformed and become radiant of His grace, of His mercy towards others. Amen. Let us hear